I am really excited. I'm working on finalizing the details of a new trading project. Now, I can't reveal all the details just yet, but stay tuned to the channel for updates on this one-of-a-kind project. I am so excited. All right, now on to today's regular profit stream video. Hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Mining and Traders Alliance and Trade of the Day. And as you can see, I am back here in my home office and ready to get into it. So let's dive right in. So the first thing I want to talk about is, guess what? The SPX. And again, I like to keep this running dialogue of the SPX. I think it's critical for traders to have an opinion, an idea, even if they're wrong, right? Just get the idea, get in the habit of keeping a running dialogue with yourself about where you think the broader indexes are going. Are we in a choppy sort of a phase? Are we in a bullish phase? Are we in a bearish phase? It can really help you in your trading stay on sort of the right side, right? So I'll be the first to admit this is a little bit choppy right now. And if you have been following along, again, I'll run over this very quickly. We had our move up. We then had our move back down. We called that 39. What was this? 39. Get over to the pencil tool and off of the highlighter tool. But if you've been following along, we were up here on that break. We came back to 39.30 and we have got basically a 2 to 3 day bounce. Today's candle, I will be first in line to tell you that this is not the most bullish candle right here. When you have price that starts the day higher and then closes at the dead lows, not bullish at all. So I would actually expect to probably pull back over the next couple of days, maybe to this 55. 4,000 makes a lot of sense on the SPX. Ultimately, I do think we're probably going to head higher, but this is definitely a sort of canary in the coal mine. Just that's a very bearish candle formation. So from here, I would be looking at probably SPX 4,000, and then maybe we even come back down here and retest this trend line. If so, hey, guess what? I'm a buyer. Every time we come down here into this level, I'm a buyer. Until I'm proven wrong, I'm a buyer off these levels, and I'm going to continue looking for higher prices. If and when this trend line breaks, then all of a sudden I have to shift my view. I have to pay attention to what the market is telling me and not try to tell the market what it should be doing. And if that trend line breaks, I will be the first to jump in and say, hey, you know what? I've got to shift my thinking a little bit here. All right, so a couple of setups that I am watching. The first one is one that I covered I've been covering, really. It's AI, and they had a really nice earnings move. Well, first off, this whole pattern was really nice. Earnings move, that was a lot of fun to trade on Friday. And then today, sort of, similar to the SPX, it started strong and sort of closed weak. That's really okay. A couple of things I want you to notice. Number one, we've got this daily squeeze down here. So overall, I do like AI to take out these highs around 31 and head to, say, mid-30s, even possibly 40 from here. Within that, if we zoom in, this is a 30-minute chart. I'm not quite seeing a pattern just yet on AI, but I do think that we are going to sort of create something like this. It may be more like this, right? But I do think that we're going to get a pattern of consolidation. Keep in mind that old high was like 31. But I think we're going to get some sort of pattern in here. And I'm going to be able to put this nice pattern indicator there. And I'm going to look for a squeeze. And when I get that, I'm going to look for AI to go higher. I do see the 30-minute squeeze here, but I don't think it's quite ready. I don't see a pattern to sort of, go along with that 30-minute squeeze. So I'm going to be looking for probably either a 78-minute chart. And as you can see, we don't have a squeeze here yet. Maybe a 60-minute chart. So something a little bit bigger than a 30-minute chart. But again, if AI can just sort of create something like this, I will look to take AI higher. And as far as what I would look to buy, which options I would look to buy, let me clear this. So if I were to look at AI, I already got it pulled up. I would go out into next week. I'm not going to do anything short dated. I don't need to do anything this week. But I do like next week's, maybe slightly out of the money, say the $28 calls for next week in AI. And again, looking for that squeeze to develop along with a pattern. Again, it's not there yet, but on, say, an hourly chart, can I get a little chop underneath 30, 31, get a squeeze down here, and then I'll look to take AI higher, keeping in mind that that daily chart on AI is looking fantabulous, fantastic, excellent, right? So this definitely looks like it wants to take out this high and head higher. All right, the next chart that I'm looking at is one that I covered in Friday's watch list, if you're following along, and that's in ASO. And this is actually such a clean setup. So a couple of things, again, to take away. First off, we have a trend, right? Bottom left, upper right, check. We have a beautiful pattern here, right? And we have a daily squeeze. We also have earnings coming up, so we have a sort of a catalyst. So everything I need here to take a trade, it's all very clean, very well organized. This is a very nice chart. It also has high short float, which is a bonus. And then I want you to notice, look at the behavior of AI. Notice this blue line right through here is the 21 EMA. And just as far back as we can go, not as far back as we can go, but the entire year, last year, December and all of this year, every time AI has come into that level, has come into that 21 EMA, it's held. Here it dipped a little bit, right? A tiny dip, a little pierce, held and held. So basically, for me, the character of this stock is that it's trending along its 21 EMA. And notice where price is right here today. It's right at the 21 EMA. So this is, for me, such an easy setup. It's a no-brainer buy off that 21 EMA, which is around $59. And it's a stop at, let's say $2, right? So long at 59, if we close under, say, 57, well, that would be a change in the character of this stock ever since here. It just doesn't go below that 21 EMA and break down below that level. If that does happen, then the character of this stock is changing and I'll just get out and move on, right? But as long as this is holding up, I've got the perfect trend, I've got a pattern, I've got a squeeze, I've got earnings, I've got high short float, everything I need, and I've got price at a buyable level. So for me in ASO, and full disclosure, I did take a pilot position in this earlier today, but in ASO, let me show you. The earnings are on Thursday, the 16th of March, which is next Thursday. So I don't need to go any further than next Friday's expiration, which is what I did. And I picked up the basically at the money, slightly out of the money, $60 calls for next week. That's what I recommend. That's what I'm going to look at adding to potentially. But I've got the great entry today off the 21 EMA, and I'm going to look for that to continue higher. All right. So anyway, those are the two names that I am watching. My take on the SPX. And again, just, sort of be careful. We have had a nice little bounce the last couple of days, a very bearish candle today on Monday. And, we'll make it a couple of days of chop. We'll see what happens. But, opportunities are out there, right? There's always, we're getting a lot of intraday volatility, which are great for like 5-minute, 15-minute type charts. I don't do a lot of that here, mainly because by the time it gets to you, the chart will have played out, right? So there's no point in me covering a 5-minute chart setup that, you're going to see later in the day when the market's closed. Anyway, if you like this content, you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, question, whatever below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.